welcome back, viewers. Mr. Simpson,
Yes.
as a chair for the Republican Party, how do you influence the workers or the different office bearers of the party?
A number of ways. I pick up on something Ali said earlier about supporting the Republican Party and its principles. You know, the United States is probably the only country that's been founded on an idea. Ideas of freedom and liberty and the sovereignty of the people. And our Declaration of Independence says we have unalienable rights of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That's what the Republican Party stands for. We are a pro-life party. We believe in individual liberty, and we want pursuit of happiness and people to be able to pursue their own lives with their families and their own livelihoods. So we were, our first president, who was a Republican, was Abraham Lincoln, who freed slaves. So we've had a grand tradition in this country of a party that stands for individual liberty and freedom, and that's what really inspired me to be involved. I got involved in politics as a volunteer. I've always been a volunteer since when I was 13 years old. And got involved in just organizing, get involved in campaigns. And I did it all the way through college and as a volunteer, even after I became an engineer, then a lawyer. But it's just because I believe in the principles of our party. And they're so important. So we want to promote those principles, and we have candidates that our voters
You have studied the politics of both parties?
All my life.
You joined it?
All my life.
Yeah, all my life. Okay.
When I was 6 years old, my father put a magazine called National Review in my hand, written by a guy named William Buckley, a very conservative writer. And so I had that. When I was in junior high school, I was reading, freedom, free market economists, and very much into the principles of liberty. So that's really what motivates me, and it has for a long time. I won't say how long, to be involved in the party, because it's important that we learn how. The other side, though, is our principles are one thing, and that's why we fight for it. But we still have to win elections on the ground every day. And it's the practical side of winning elections that I've always enjoyed and organizing parties since I was young. So that's what I deal with a lot now, is how do we build a party? Because your viewers may not be from Harris County, they may be from all over, and there are 50 states in the United States. Harris County has over 4 million people. We're the third largest county in the country. In the United States. We have over 2 million voters alone in this one county. In 2012, we cast more votes than 20 of our states did for president. So it's a huge county and a huge organization, and we have probably the longest ballot in the United States because Texans like to elect their government. We don't want, that's why.
On what main issues these elections are, being focused?
Here, there are a lot of issues that affect us statewide, locally, from social issues to economic issues. But again, we're a pro-life party. We're a pro-economic freedom party. We're the party of limited government, and so those play into all of our campaigns. But I'm particularly focused, as chair of the Harris County Party, on our Harris County campaigns. We have a very long ballot here. We have over 47 judges alone who are contested on our ballot. I have over 100 candidates on our ballot at places in this county. So we have a very long ballot. We have to elect all of them because we believe Republican principles, Republican leadership, make our county work consistently year in, year out. So we encourage all of us.
So I have a question, but I ask you after Mr. Shahid. Shahid, tell me, आपकी strategy इस वक्त क्या है? Being chairman of the Muslim Council of the USA, मुसलमानों को, पाकिस्तानियों को आप रिपब्लिकन की तरफ क्यों ले जाना चाह रहे हैं? Why? Because Democrats भी तो हैं, वो भी तो काम कर रहे हैं पाकिस्तान में.
Paul just said about the ethic and principle. Muslim towards too much conservative or too many want to follow the Islam. So if you want to
they are also conservative?
Completely. Republican parties that look at the ethic of abortion rights, how we can treat their economy. Paul just mentioned free economy, right of individual. First Republican presidents free the slavery, which if the Muslim look at the point of view, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, last sermon, he said, everyone is equal.
Do you think majority of Muslims and Pakistanis are supporting Republican Party?
If they're not, they should.
No, they are.
Mostly, if I know, most of them doing.
Most of them.
Most of them doing it. Particularly, I would request at this time to the ladies and the gentlemen of the Muslim community, particularly ladies, vote for Anderson. The reason is this: she is the woman. There's sometimes women don't talk to the men what they have a problem. So there's an opportunity for them to select her, elect her, and so they can communicate with her. Because in our culture and our societies, the women are very shy and very scared and so forth and so on. They don't want to tell even a neighbor or anybody, even a husband or son or daughters. So they can pick up the phone, DA's office, and once say, hey. So if they know that some woman is sitting over there, they know the feeling.
Okay.
So that's the one reason.
Anderson, how you are reaching out to the community for voting?
Well, I'm doing shows like this. I'm up on TV and radio. I'm speaking to anybody who will have me. I haven't turned down a speaking engagement. But I would like to say that about women, that we have 50% of our office is female. And we have female social workers and female caseworkers who are happy to talk to women who are maybe being abused or who need help. And we help people every day, whether you have a case or not. You can come to our office and get help if you're an abused person in your household. So
is there any helpline or
our DA's office
number? Call direct and explain what's the problem, and then someone guide you.
And they will, yes. Our number, you want me to say it, is 713-755-5800.
Okay.
And they are welcome to call. And I would ask for the Family Criminal Law Division. That's the one where you can come in even without an appointment. We do protective orders. We help people get housing or counseling or get out of a bad situation. If they need to get out of, if they need help, we can help them.
That's good.
Yeah.
Mr. Simpson, if I ask one thing, only one thing, which can be distinguished between which can distinguish Republican Party from Democrats? Only one thing.
One thing?
One thing.
You're asking a lawyer to tell you one thing?
One trait.
Integrity?
Integrity?
I think, which is not to say every Democrat doesn't have some integrity. I think by and large our ticket has a lot of integrity, all of our candidates and our officials. It's very important to us.
Isn't it an allegation?
Well, no, I'm just saying across the board. It's hard to say one thing too because our principles are so different.
Okay.
The Democrats believe in they don't respect individual life. They don't respect individual liberty. They want socialism. They want the government intruding into every aspect of your life. And a lot of people have fled.
So they don't respect individual life?
I think that's key in many ways. And
personal life.
Think about people who've fled the entire world. They've fled communist countries and totalitarian states to come here to the United States for freedom. And that's why they come here, so we have more freedom. In the meantime, what we've seen happening in Washington in recent years, particularly under the current president, is a lot of growing of encroachment on our lives of government and smothering a lot of our individual lives, our families, our institutions, and business. And so we want to push back and reduce the size of government and allow more freedom so people can choose their own futures.
So how do you see the initiatives taken by Mr. Obama towards, health care and wages?
Well, the Obamacare is a disaster.
Disaster?
Absolutely. And it is socialized medicine. It doesn't achieve what it was claimed to achieve, which is to take care of people's health or even provide more health insurance. Only it has very small numbers there. In the meantime, it's basically socializing the insurance business and socializing the medical industry, which is what I think 1/7 of our economy. And ultimately, in the long run, it's probably got more people are going to suffer because it will stifle innovation and growth and efficiency. So you see what happens in places like Britain and we're in Canada, where people wait forever for basic procedures. We haven't had that here, and the closer we get to a free market, the better healthcare we'll have. So we need to reverse the Obamacare and broaden the free market healthcare system.
Okay, it's time for break. Viewers, we take break. Stay with us.